What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another video of Marvel Rivals. This one is going to be basically about the big problem with comp, and not even really with comp. I guess it's mainly with comp, but it's mainly the mentality also of a lot of rival players, and like a lot of it I would say is stemming from a lot of these big name like streamers and YouTubers and whatnot, right? Because like they have this big head on their shoulders that like I guess just needs a lot of support to the point to where they just make asses of themselves, right? So like if you know anything about rivals, you know for some odd reason, a lot of the time people are solo tanking, right? I've done it, happens to me all the time, and in all honesty, it doesn't bother me none. Now, what bothers me is throwers. So, I'm gonna say something very unpopular. It's gonna piss off a lot of people, and I generally do not care. But the thing is, if you are a tank main, if you are a big name YouTuber, big name streamer, or anybody who claims to be a tank main, and you're bitching and complaining about having to solo tank, right? And then you, after you die so many times, decide to switch off tank and play a different role, such as a healer or a DPS, you lose all credibility to complain now. Okay? You should have stayed that solo tank. You should have rode the line. You should have tried to drive in some kind of camaraderie with the team to get y'all to actually get motivated to win. Okay? I've won plenty of matches, whether it be ranked or quick match, with solo tanks. I mean, I've won matches with like 4 DPS and 2 healers. That was a weird one, honestly. I was like, oh, we're gonna lose. We won that shit. I was very surprised. Very surprised. But now, before I get fully into this rant and all that, because it's somewhat going to be a rant, make sure you guys go check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90 at checkout for 10% off. Link and all that's going to be down in the comment section down below. I get a kickback from it. It helps me out. W is a smaller little company that helps out. Well, I can't say smaller. They've been around for over 5 years. They help out smaller, content creators, much like myself, with getting sponsorships, because most sponsors only want people who have thousands and thousands and thousands of, subscribers, like 10,000 plus usually, right? With W, it's a little different. So if you're a smaller content creator and you're looking for someone who might be able to sponsor you, go check out Dubby. They have a sponsorship program. Go to their website, dubby.gg. That's dubby.gg. Go check them out. Now, get fully into this. Okay. One of the biggest problems when it comes to playing competitive is team toxicity. Okay. Team toxicity is going to be the number one way that you're ending up with a losing match. And not even just a losing round or anything else like that, right? You're going to just lose, period. That's why on a team you need to work together. You need to coincide and go in the same direction in general. You need to team up. You need to have the right kind of coercion to make sure that you can actually win, depending on whatever you're doing, whether you're escorting or trying to capture the point, right? So the problem is, a lot of the time, and you'll see it with all these videos when it comes to the rivals toxicity videos, right? Where it's not only just people yammering and bitching and throwing the game, because throwers is one thing, right? People who just choose to chill out in the spawn or shoot at the wall or whatever, right? And do nothing, right? Throwers, that's annoying. But now see, I also count something as throwing when someone who is the solo healer or the solo tank get tired of being the solo, even though they refuse to they've asked for help, they asked for someone to change up, right? And they either get ignored by their team, and or their team just chooses to go, no, I'm kind of good, right? Well, you now have the choice of just hyper focusing and trying to get better heals and try to keep your team on better life support, but at the same time, do not switch off. It's the same thing if you're the solo DPS. I've been in a match where I was a solo DPS. That was weird. That was so weird. But at the same time, we still won. It was a very interesting one. We literally had 3 tanks, we had 2 healers, and we had 1 DPS. I was a DPS. I was playing Punisher. It was pretty awesome. It was a good match. It was a good match. But, so, like, and what I've noticed with all the matches I've always won, right? Whether we had comms or not. Most of them, we had no comms. Most of them were just dead silent with people, right? Team coercion was on point. You had 2 to 3 people shooting at the same target, not one person over here and another person over here, and like, you know, one person going off to the left, one other person going off to the right, and someone going down center, right? And now they're attacking all different people, right? You have 3 people, half of your team engaging 3 other people when it should be like 2 people or 3 people engaging 1 person, right? Like, let's say a tank engages, right? 1 or 2 DPS engage, or let's say tank engages, 1 DPS engage, 1 healer engage. The healer helps keep the DPS and tank alive, while the DPS does a majority of the damage to the target in front of the tank. Strategy and tactics and teamwork. Like, if you had more of that going on in your comp matches, you would have people winning more. But you always have these big-headed individuals, and it's not just like big-name Twitch streamers or like you know, like YouTubers or anything like that, content creator people. No, it's not just them. It's a lot of their fan base and just people who I don't know what game they're coming from, but they have this like character, like I'm the prime character, I'm number 1. It's like, it's me, right? And it's like, why are you guys acting like this when this is a team-based game? Like, if you want to act that way in like a free-for-all match, go for it. Cool, whatever. But why are you acting that way when you're playing a team-based competition game? Right? You want to have beef with the other team, not beef with your team. Because as soon as you start having beef with your team, all hell is going to break loose. That's already team coercion going down the drain. And if team coercion's already going down the drain before the match even starts, oh, you can guarantee it's going to get worse from there. It's going to get worse from there. Now, and it's always coinciding with someone wanting to throw the game in some way, shape, or form. And there's multiple ways to throw the game, right? Whether it's literally you as the healer no longer choosing to heal a certain player in the game, right? Just because they pissed you off. Despite the fact that you're a healer and your job is to heal your team, your entire team. You may not be able to get to everyone all the time, but if you deliberately choose not to heal somebody just because they pissed you off, you fucked up and you're part of the problem. Same thing with you being a tank, right? If you're the diving style tank where you can go to the front line and the back line and you can dive between either one really quickly, kind of like how Thor can or like Captain America can, right? If you're having people call for help in the back line and one of them is a healer that you're kind of beefing with and you choose not to go back there to save that healer and your team doesn't win, guess what? You, as the tank who refused to go save your healer, whose job is to help keep you alive and keep healing you, that's your fault. You're part of the problem. Same thing with DPSs who refuse to actually help engage when tanks engage or healers engage, or if like healers need like peels or whatever it is, right? You need to focus and do your jobs, especially if you're going to call yourself a main, right? Because a lot of these people say, oh yeah, I'm a DPS main, or I'm a strategist main, or I'm a Vanguard main, right? If you're a Vanguard main and you're a solo tank, stop trying to switch off. I get being irritated if y'all lose because you're solo tanking, right? I get that. That's totally justifiable. Like, I get that. Anyone would be irritated, right? But as soon as you switch off, like I said, every single complaint null and void now. Because you then now became a part of the problem because the team needs to work together. You need people willing to switch off of a character that they're playing at that moment in time and switch to a different character. Any character in general that would help. So if you have one healer and one tank, you need one DPS to go to healer and another DPS to go to tank so that you can at least balance it out to see if maybe that strategy will work. Or maybe go trip healer, right? Where you still have double tank. That could also work. Or you can go trip tank, dual healer, one DPS. You can do, there's so many different strategies, and all it takes is a, hey guys, what we're doing right now isn't working. I just died. Would you guys want me to switch to, like, you know, a different role or something like that? And like, just switch, right? Don't have an issue with it. Don't get a big head about it, especially if you're playing comp when your whole goal is to win the game, and you can't do that if the team isn't willing to work together. And that in lies the biggest problem with comp right now when it comes to Season 7 is, for some reason, a lot of people just don't want to work together. And the one thing I've noticed that's like a unifying term to it is there's a lot of big name streamers and YouTubers who are big culprits of this. Right? Not as in, like, you know, they're going to deliberately throw the game, no. But when it comes to messing up team coercion, such as, you know, you're shit-talking your teammate just because, you know, they said something to you, or maybe they asked you to switch, or maybe you asked them to switch, and because they don't play that character, you decided to get a little lippy, and or vice versa, or maybe they got lippy with you. So instead of saying, hey, okay, cool, but let's focus and get this on so that we can win this match, instead they start arguing, fighting with each other while on the same fucking team, which then other team's gonna win. And it coincides with, like, teammates also banning people's, like, you know, players that they choose, because, like, if you don't know how the banning phase works in Rivals, is you choose your characters, right? Now, you don't get to, like, fully choose them until after the full banning phase is over and done with. So you have the second phase, which is the actual banning phase. So now your team gets to choose which characters they want banned, right? From your teammates using, right? So someone on your team can go, oh, hey, I don't want you playing Scarlet Witch, right? So, like, let's say you had someone in there, like, saying that they don't want you playing Scarlet Witch, they're going to ban Scarlet Witch if you play Scarlet Witch, and they ban Scarlet Witch, right? Well, you, the person who banned that person's player, just started the end of the team coercion because you wanted to ban someone's character because you don't like that character. Like having hate for a character because these stupid tier lists exist and people want to sit there and go, oh yeah, because this is the meta, this is the better character. It's like, play a character, get really good with them, understand every single thing that they're capable of, and test them in every way, shape, or form that you can think of, and just get good with the character. Any character can be a good character in the game. It does not matter the character. It really doesn't. Any character can end up being an MVP in this game, okay? Any character in this game, depending on your team and your lobby, can end up being the person that ends up carrying the entire team and the entire lobby. It is a very possible thing, okay? Any character in this game. Any single one. Whether it be a tank, a strategist, or DPS, it does not matter. It comes down to your skill and your skill alone, and that is all that matters. Like all these people that sit there and want to go, oh well, because this is the meta, this is what you have to use, this is going to be better, and this is going to make sure we win. No. Teamwork, comfortability, coercion. All of that works together. If you cannot have team coercion, conicity, cooperation, as they're co's as well, you can't have a win. Like, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not. And that is what people need to start working on when it comes to this game. Take your ego out of it and just go, okay, you know what? I'm not doing too good as this character. I'm gonna switch off and go to this character, right? If you're not doing too good as a DPS, switch to a tank or a healer, right? Do something, okay? And if, like, you may be, like, let's say you're the best player on the team. Do not start being a dick to other people on your team just because maybe they're not doing good. It's also not a good way to motivate your team, because I've seen plenty of times where someone starts telling someone that they're trash, or like they shouldn't play this game, or like whatever. Like there's loads of other crap that people have said on this game to people who weren't doing too good in Rivals, right? And it's like that's also a good way to demotivate your team to actually like play the game and win. Like some people, once they hear that, they just shut off, and or they get pissed off to the point where like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna not really try. I'm just gonna like go out there. If I get a kill, cool. If I don't, whatever. So it's like you got to have that teamwork there. Like, people forget this is a team-based game, and when you have people just going off in every direction willy-nilly, and you have people not shooting at the same people together, like in a team-based way, such as 2 or 3 people at a time, shoot 1 or 2 targets at a time, you aren't going to get rapid amount of kills and actually wipe out the team like you need to, right? Now, granted, yeah, I'm only a gold level player. I'm not no like professional player, but I mean, I have played plenty of PvP style games over the years. I'm 36 years old, so it's like I've played every single PvP first person shooter you can imagine. So I think I know a little bit when it comes to PvP and team coercion and cooperation. And one of the best ways for your team to lose is just start shit talking each other. Start bad mouthing each other, start blocking each other's characters, you know what I mean? Like if you want to win in competitive, talk to each other, and especially be on comms. Like it is the weirdest thing to be in competitive and not be in comms. Now, granted, I get it. I kind of get it with like how easy it is to get like voice chat banned in this game. It's so easy, it really is. So I understand, but if you're going to be in comms or in comp, you need to be in comms. So like, there could be at least some kind of like, you know, synchronicity with the team. Someone could be like, oh, hey, yeah, I got this person over here, or I need heals, because like the whole typing shit's like, why y'all wasting time with that when you can just use your voice? You know what I mean? It's so much easier, so much quicker. But yeah, like that by far I would say is the biggest issue when it comes to doing competitive in Marvel Rivals, is just the teamwork issue. People have a hard time taking their heads out their butts and just trying to breathe that fresh air and just understand that it's not always going to be about them and the character that they're playing, right? Sometimes you have to switch a character, which is why I always do suggest people learn multiple characters. Try to learn all the characters, see if you can. I mean, yes, that's going to take time, granted, but choose one character out of each role, play them, learn them, and then just branch out. Right? Like, I'm trying to learn Loki after I get Thor up to level 20, which is pretty soon here. Right? I'm thinking about learning Elsa for a DPS character after, like, getting Lord on Punisher, right? So, I'm looking at doing Strange for a tank, because a shield tank is very useful when it comes to, you know, playing in comp especially, and with how big whiny babies a lot of these people are in comp, I'd rather at least be decent playing as Doctor Strange and know what I'm doing with Strange and stuff than like not have a shield tank when we need a shield tank, or if we have people requesting a shield tank, you know what I mean? Which is another reason why it's like if you are serious about comp, you got to have that mentality. You got to be flexible. You can't sit there and be rigid and just be like, oh, well, I'm only going to do this, or I'm only going to do this because I want to. It's like, if you want to win, you got to be malleable like water. You got to be fluid. You got to be willing to like alter direction and shit. like come on now. You want to win, you can't just sit there and like just hammer your head against a wall and hope that like just through sheer force of will and anger you're going to get through that wall, instead of like, oh hey, I'm going to use the door right next to it. And boom, there you go. Teamwork is the door. But yeah. That in lies, I would say, the biggest issue when it comes to competitive, and at least this season, and it's like nothing even having to do with like the way the matches are either. Like that is in lies an issue. You do get shit lobbies, right? But the thing is, it's the toxicity that's really killing it when it comes to just how, like, sometimes the best players act towards the worst players, or even like people not doing so good, or people just choosing to sit there and be dicks because, you know, they don't get to play the character they want because someone chose that other character before them, or maybe their character got banned, so now they're gonna throw, or maybe because the person who banned that person's character is getting shit from the person whose character was banned, decides to throw because the other person's complaining or whatever. It's just childish mentality, and the sad part is most of these people are above the age of 18, probably above the age of 21, and it's like, oh my god, how are you all grown adults and you act this way? I mean, it's a video game. You shouldn't take it that seriously. Competitive should be taken way more seriously than, you know, just basic quick play, but still, it comes down to the simple fact of the matter is it's a video game. Like, you play it to relax and escape the real world and get away from drama. Why would you want to bring drama into a video game unless you just, like, revolve around it? You know what I mean? But yeah, like, that's pretty much about it. Like, hopefully at some point in time they do get a fix on the people throwing, and I mean, like, deliberately throwing, right? Hopefully they fix that and somehow get that done. Same thing with people who want to, like, quit. I kind of hope they get it to the point where, like, a lot of the people who quit get put in the same lobbies together compared to, like, the people who just actually want to play through the match all the way. Hopefully those are some fixes that happen at some point in time here soon. Not huge drastic ones, but still, in all honesty, I would like to see it. But with this other one, with what the video is about, this just comes down to, like, people in the community just growing up. We need more people to sit there and start saying, like, look, we're all grown adults for the most part who are playing this game. Let's start acting like it. I mean, hey, yeah, we may have some shit-talking moments here and there. That's going to be a thing. That's totally fine. But at the same time, if y'all are on the same team together and you're playing comp, maybe one part of that seriousness that you should take is, you know, the teamwork dynamic of, you know what, cooperate and work together. But yeah, now I haven't played comp since this season started. I really haven't wanted to. I mean, I kind of did, at least I thought I did, but I guess I played right before, like, 7.5 started, so yeah. I am going to do some comp. I might as well try and see what I deal with, because I am going to deal with some people who are going to, you know, want tanks, and I'll play a tank. I like playing a tank. I don't mind. Playing healer, doesn't mind. Love that too. DPS, same thing. But yeah. So if you are, especially currently, because right now we're dealing with the whole, like, tank, like, strike and whatnot. If you call yourself a tank main and you're bitching and complaining about, like, you know, being a solo tank, and you switch from being the solo tank to joining what the rest of the team is doing, which is either being all DPS or whatever, then you are a part of the problem, and you can't complain if you were originally complaining about being a solo tank. I'm just saying, okay? And the same thing with solo healers or solo DPS. If you are a solo and you are complaining and you switch, and then, you know, everyone else on the team's complaining at you, you kind of, like, lost the right to like, you know, complain against them after you switched up after complaining about not having enough of whatever, right? Whether it be not enough tanks, not enough healers, or DPS. Whatever it be, right? But yeah. Like, if you're one of those players, you sit there and you can't complain. I'm just saying it. I know people ain't gonna like it, but I'm fine with that because it just needs to be said. Because I'm not no main character. Like, I've played as Thor most of the time this season, mainly because I've been trying to get him to level 20. Right? That, and I've been playing as him in the Blood Hunt a lot. So, he's been my player for like this like season for the most part. I've been playing the Punisher. I've been playing like friggin' Deadpool. I play as Loki. I play as a whole bunch of other characters, and that's what I always suggest to other people, so that you don't kind of get the like burnt out like how like a lot of these main like account players do, or mains players do. That's the best way of saying it, I guess. Like the main vanguards or the main DPSs or the main strategists, right? Like these people get so burnt out because like they're the only one and they feel like they should have one other person. It's like, well, you know what? Sometimes that doesn't happen, and you have to deal with it. It sucks. And you know what? Who knows? As long if you're trying, you might win. But yeah, so much complaining in the Marvel Rivals like community. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. So many people not liking the new Elsa skin, or I think that's her name, Emma, not Elsa. I keep saying Emma, but I mean I like it. I don't mind it. I think a lot of people might not like it because it shows off a lot of skin. But I mean, hang on, was there like a jiggle there? Oh, the thighs jiggle. Watch that. Watch. Bam. That is crazy. I wonder if my wife knows that. And then, of course, you know, Black Cat being added. Curious if they're going to give her any kind of, like, really interesting ones. Because, I mean, you know the Gooners enjoy the view from there and from there. So, I mean, like, the devs knew what they were doing with her. They do. And they definitely knew what they were doing with her. Now, if you don't know how to actually get her cape off like that, right, you just go to cosmetics. And then as it's like on this one, so it has to be on it, so you have to hover over it, right? Don't select it yet. Well, mine was already selected, but you can hit the little like 3-line button. Now I'm on PlayStation. So hit that, and then it gives you the option to actually have the cape on or like take the cape off. So if you don't know how to do that, yeah, there you go. But yeah, like I always suggest learn multiple different characters. I'm gonna start learning Strange just so that I can have him, so I can actually have like a shield hero. Cause I tried Magneto, I tried him. I did not like playing Magneto. I did not like it at all. But maybe I'll try him out a little bit more. See, maybe if like I just had like a. Because it wasn't very long I played him. I think it was like a couple minutes. But yeah, it wasn't very long. But anyways, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys want, like, legitimate actual good luck when it comes to, like, comp matches, just try teamwork. Just try teamwork. Now, granted, this is something that has to have to go with everybody on the team, sadly, not just one person. But I mean, that's also something I always highly suggest. Find friends who play this game and just like match up with them. And you know what, if you all end up with like a full team, you won't have to worry about playing with randos. So that's the other workaround. Okay, always remember that. That's the other workaround. So hopefully you all enjoyed this. Make sure you guys go check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90 and get 10% off. Catch you for my next one, guys. Later.